Hi guys! How are you? I know it's been a while, but I wanted to come and share what I am up to and where I am on my journey. Now, for this video, it's gonna get real, okay? I know, if you haven't decided by now that I am just a real kind of girl, and yeah, let's just get the video started. So I just finished reading the book The Weight by Devon Franklin and Meagan Good, and it's a how-to guide of being celibate and living your life on purpose, with purpose, for God, okay? And when I say God, I mean Jesus, the Holy Spirit, and the Lord, our God. So, I've been abstaining from sex for a while, but the book really taught me about being intentional about it and saying and standing up and saying, these are the reasons why I'm choosing to wait for my future spouse, and this is what I do instead of, dating, serial dating, and just wasting resources, time, money, yourself on meaningless relationships or relationships that aren't going anywhere. And not even relationships sometimes, but situationships. The book even talks about that. And what I like about it, here's what it looks like. What I like about it is that it gives the perspective from the man and the wife. It's not one-sided. It's not biased by any means. It's real, okay? Now, I got this book because I wanted to see how a couple successfully were celibate and got married and were intentional about it, because they were so open about their practice. When they were dating, they were all in the media, and when they got married, they decided to do this book because they're like, it's our purpose of our marriage that God has given us, and we're going to share our testimony. And I am so encouraged by it because I am on the journey of building my businesses, building my brand, and it's not a lot of people that are walking with God. And when you walk with God, and I'm speaking from experience, when you walk with God, it makes a difference. Like, sometimes people could get away with a lot of stuff when they're not walking with God because it's just like they're not on that path. But when you're walking with God, people are looking at you in a different way. People treat you a different kind of way, good or bad, and it's just different. So I'm sharing with you all, this has to do with my journey, and this was a book that I chose to read because it taught me how to direct my energy on what my purpose in God is and following what I know I'm supposed to be doing, and just not giving time to things that just don't matter. And I'll tell you, when I decided to be celibate and just decide that's what it is, I promise people came out of the woodwork, texting my phone, and just about silly, stupid stuff. And I had to literally look at my phone and be like, I'm just not going to answer this today. Why? Because I don't want to go back and forth. I don't want to explain to you why. I don't want to tell you why. I'm just not going to waste my time, basically, because I know it's not going anywhere. Moment. I'm sorry. But anyway, back to the book. So the guide of some of the things that Meagan Good was saying from a lady's perspective, it's just that you have to pray. You have to know your self-worth. You have to journal so that you can see your progression. You have to decide, I'm not taking anything less than what I deserve. And then another twist they put on it was the fact that even though they knew they were the one for each other, that God had them for each other, they still were obedient in the sense that they were like, okay, well, even though we are on the path to getting married and we are dating purposefully, we still are not going to have sex until we're married, because we just need to wait until God says it's time. And then they knew, they did a psychological test, a matching test, and they, did counseling about finances and how they would handle future situations or issues that would come up in their marriage, and they really worked towards it. So kudos to them. Like they really did a great job on the book. Now, I will be honest, the beginning of the book was kind of slow. It was I felt like they were trying to convince people to be celibate or kind of sell the idea to keep reading. And for me, that wasn't necessary. But maybe for another reader, they needed that to keep turning the page and stuff. But once I got to the middle, that was the juicy stuff. That was like when they would see each other around, because they saw each other for 4 years. They work in the same entertainment business, and they would see each other, but it would never be anything more than like friendly conversation or banter. But how they came together is so beautiful, and it's so inspiring. And yeah, so I am choosing to put my brand first, my self-worth first, because I'm a Jesus girl, okay? So I look at sex being an exchange of spiritual things, emotional things, physical things, of course. But I mean, for me to get to where God has for me, I have to cut out certain things, and it's meaningless relationships. And the book it says you can choose to spend your time on that, or you can choose to have your wait process be you preparing yourself for your spouse and looking at every situation as you preparing yourself for your spouse. And although that's great for the book, for my life, as I apply what I learned from the book to my life, it's best for my life to be lived with preparing myself for what God has for me. It's even bigger than my spouse, because I do believe when my spouse comes, I'm still going to be working towards who I'm going to be, what my brand is, what my purpose is, what my destiny is. Like, for me, a spouse is not that end point. For me, it's just having a partner that God has for you and partner with you, and you guys are on the road together, and that's what makes it so beautiful. So what led me to actually confessing and being intentional about it is, I know my self-worth. I know what my time is worth. And on this journey, I've had a lot of distractions so far, and I haven't even been, doing my business for a year now, but it's already been a lot of opposition. And I promise you, the moment I was intentional about being celibate, intentional about building myself and preparing myself for my destiny and allowing God to work in my life the way that He wants to, things just come out of the woodwork. And temptation is real, but it's only temptation when it's things that you want with the idea of what you think your spouse should be. And the book talks about removing that even. But I am just lost for words because it was so good. But seriously, the book has definitely given me a different perspective on relationships and what getting to know someone in and out looks like. And not, because I'm trying to be nice. In my former years, I used to be very straight and like intolerant and matter of fact, and I felt like I was just being mean to people. But now, I guess I'm still mean, but I'm mean in a different kind of way, because I am tempted. Don't get me wrong, I meet some attractive people, but it's just like, where is it going? And if I don't see it going anywhere, I'm not going to waste my time. I'm not going to waste my time. I'm not going to waste your time. And that's it. But a new video will be coming up for me about me finding a new friend, a new lady friend that I have. And we're kind of on different paths. And so now I'm trying to navigate through that. So I hope you all enjoyed this book review. Thumbs up, like, subscribe this video, share, and be encouraged. And just watch how being celibate, making the choice to be intentional about something, whatever it is in your life, once you become intentional, you will see how things just line up for you, how your energy and your focus is just unbreakable. Why? Because I'm living it, y'all. That's what this is all about. So enjoy your weekend, enjoy your day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.